Hi, this is Kathy from Craft with Kathy. Thanks for joining me this evening. I want to talk a little bit about traditions and holiday scents. And a quick little reminder, today is the 29th, and our Club Couture offering for November is the reindeer parking transfer, exclusive to club members and to designers. And if you love this transfer and would like to make something like this little sled, or this reindeer parking sign, you need to sign up for Club Couture before midnight tomorrow. Club Couture gives you an exclusive design once a month that's delivered right to your door. Shipping's on us. And it includes an exclusive transfer along with 3 individual paste packs, specially chosen to coordinate with your transfer, along with different perks offered by Chalk Couture every month. So if you'd like in on the club for an hour of creative bliss every month for only $19.99, and remember, our transfers are reusable 8 to 12 times or more, so maybe you want to make this for yourself, make this for a friend. Make it over and over and over again. You have that opportunity to use it 8 to 12 times or more. And the paste packets that come with it usually will allow you to create a project 2 or more times. So I just wanted a little thing. I'm going to drop this in the comments, the link to find out more about Club Couture. I'm a little low on battery, I just realized, so I'm probably going to drop out real quick. But what I have to show you is simple and easy. And I think it's lots of fun for adults and actually children. Something Mom and I did years and years ago, and I had totally forgotten about it. And I have a cousin who always says, when she comes over to my mom's, "Your house smells so nice, what do you do?" And the first time she said it, she threw me for a loop. And it was just, "Hi Amy, how you doing?" I had potpourri cooking on the stove, just in a little saucepan. And generally, I don't like to do it on the stove anymore. I have like a small little crock pot, and just put it in there and plug it in. And that way, I don't have to worry about, watching it simmer or letting it run out of water or whatever. So thinking about that made me remember years ago when Mom and I made pomanders. And pomander is based on a French word that means amber apple. I've never actually used them with apple. I've never made them with apples. I've always used them. I've always made them with oranges. And I guess many years ago, I don't know if this started in London or not, but many years ago, things were not as they were today. And in cities, it was not uncommon for garbage collection to be, I don't know, probably irregular or whatever, and sometimes there were odors and smells and whatever. So sometimes the women would carry pomanders with them to take a little sniff of and not smell the more odoriferous things surrounding them. Today you can actually, Mom and I actually had hung these up in her coat closets. And what we found was that after a couple weeks, this orange is still somewhat juicy. And I know a lot of times they say to let them dry before you put ribbon on, but we didn't. We just basically did something like this, hung them up, tied them up to the closet rod, if you will, and let them hang. And after a few weeks, the orange was basically empty inside. All the moisture had evaporated. The skin will shrink and bring the cloves a little bit closer together. And I might have to adjust the ribbon or whatever. I just put the ribbon on with cloves holding it in place and then knotted it at the top. So it's pretty simple. And I'm going to do one for you. So you could hang them in closets. You could put them on your windowsill. You could have a nice glass bowl and just put a couple in the bowl to sit around for the holidays. And they give your home a nice smell that you don't have to worry about a crock pot or a little saucepan simmering on the stove, because no heat involved. All I'm using are whole cloves. I'm going to sprinkle a couple into this lid and just show you how I created this. And I'm going to take an orange. It could be an orange that's kind of on its way out. Obviously, if it's molding, I wouldn't want fruit like that. But I'm going to use my detail tool and just puncture some little holes. Sometimes you could do this if you have a lot of finger strength just with the cloves themselves, but I find it easier to just puncture the holes in advance. And you could make any design your heart desires, and as you can see, this is a perfect craft for the kids when they're home for the holiday and are bored or the weather's not cooperating or whatever. So I poke some little holes in here with my little detail tool. And then I'm just inserting the cloves into the hole. And even as I do this, some of the juice of the orange is kind of coming out a little bit. That's fine. But I could smell a nice orange fragrance with a little bit of clove. I'm not a real big clove person, so when I make my own potpourri, I usually go light on the cloves. But you can do things, mix and match, and do what you like. I've never tried this on other citrus fruits, but I think I'm going to try it on lemons and see how that turns out. And I've never done the apples, but I found it interesting to find that people used to do it on apples, and that's why pomander means amber apple, because the apples would dry out and shrink and turn color. So I would just basically do another line around. You could basically stud your entire orange with cloves if you wanted to. You could make designs, you could do swirls, you could do anything you want. And I think it's a nice thing for the children to do too, because it gives them the creative outlet of putting it together how they want. Somebody might be just very symmetrical and do lines. Someone might want to do, another child might want to do swirls or whatever, or maybe their initials, who knows. But it's free form. It's relatively inexpensive. Just pick up a container of cloves, and basically you could use your leftover fruit. Just make sure if you're setting them in the bowl to dry, you want to rotate them periodically so that you don't have moisture dripping in the bottom or anything. And then when they're more dry, hang them up or just leave them in the bowl. They're fine. And like I said, you'll find that as the moisture inside evaporates, all of a sudden one day, they'll feel like they're empty. But they're kind of pretty. You could use fancy ribbon or yarn or string if you wanted to, and then just hang them up, and it'll actually act as like a little freshener in your closets. Even in a linen closet, it's nice. I'm not a person who believes in a lot of the chemicals used, even in lots of different things, but especially like the sprays that we use. I just figure, hey, if I could avoid the chemicals, so much the better. So I'm just doing a couple more lines down this little orange, and then I'll just basically pin the ribbon on it and hang it up to dry. And I just lost my laptop. The battery just went out. I thought I had it fully charged. I've had battery issues with it. I needed to actually ship it back, and I haven't. Because what do you do when you ship your laptop back? Then what do you use, right? So I was hoping that the issue would, I guess, go away. What a Pollyanna I am, right? I don't know why they just can't send me a new battery. Maybe, well, maybe the problem isn't the battery. Oh goodness, I don't want to think about it. Okay. So I'm sorry I can't see comments, but feel free to leave them and I will check them and respond to you when I'm done. And basically with this, I'm going to, without finishing the fourth little area, and like I said, you could cover it completely with cloves if you wanted to. I'm just going to show you how I put the other ribbon on. I just basically found the center, decided here's where I'm going with it. Oops. Attach it. Oops, using the cloves to hold it in place. I kind of wanted a little bit more symmetrical here. I think that's not where I punched the hole. There we go. It's further down. And then continue every so often, just adding another clove to secure it. And I like the cloves that are more whole with a head on them so that they stay in place. And basically would do that around, crisscross my ribbon. And basically do the same thing, holding it in place, punching holes and adding the cloves to hold it in place. And then tie it up at the top and hang it to dry. If you want to hang it just on a hanger to dry in a closet, that's fine too. And then when you're all done and it's more lightweight or whatever, just hang it on the closet rod. I wouldn't suggest hanging it next to clothes, next to clothing or jackets or coats or anything until it has evaporated and it's light, so that there's no chance of any juice or anything leaking. Oh my goodness. Anyway, that's pretty much it. How to make pomanders and create a nice little holiday scent for your home and a little craft thing for yourself and for the kiddos. Thank you so much for watching. I surely appreciate it. See you soon.